Big increase in hate crime in the West Midlands. Victims are becoming ambassadors for a project aimed at tackling prejudice and abuse. A record number of hate crimes were recorded by police in England and Wales last year. Around 3/4 of them linked to racism. Here, they were up 20%. Joanne Riddle reports from the Black Country, where they're trying to halt the hate.
Here in Walsall, people are trying to educate others about what to do if they see a hate crime. And I'm here with one of the ambassadors, Shazia Nasreen, who very sadly, as a Muslim woman, has fallen victim herself to hate crime. What happened to you, Shazia?
I was on my way back from work and 3 males in a car threw a stone at me, which caught my arm. And they're shouting some verbal abuse as well, like go back to your own country.
How did it make you feel?
I was frightened. I felt like I didn't belong here.
And of course, this is your home and you very much belong here.
Yes, I do.
What should people do if they witness a hate crime?
They should report it to the police and they should help the victim. If they see it happen, they should help to support the victim.
Thank you very much. Well, Home Office figures show there's been a big rise in hate crime here in the West Midlands. It's something we spoke to the police about a little earlier.
I think the national picture and what's going on nationally and some of the language that gets used by prominent people within the country, I think doesn't help. In part, the significant increase you've seen is because of the work we've been doing to promote the need to record hate crime, to report it so that we can properly investigate it, to give the communities the confidence to come forward and report it, and to give them the confidence to know that once they do so, they're going to get a proper investigation from us.
During their training, the ambassadors here say that 80% of hate crimes have gone unreported. It's something they're trying to raise awareness about.
Good evening. It's been a bad news day for crime in our region. Knife crime up by almost 1/5. A spate of violent burglaries targeting elderly people and a significant spike in hate crimes. But the West Midlands is fighting back. A new Black Country project is combating hate crime with a simple message: stand by me. Joanne Riddle has been hearing the distressing personal stories of 2 new anti-hate crime ambassadors who are determined to help reverse this worrying trend. This report contains some racist language.
Out of the blue, somebody just threw a stone at me. Took me by surprise because I was in my local area and they shouted some words, "Packy, you don't belong here," and then they just drove off.
Many comments like that we're taking their job. We should back to Poland, especially after Brexit.
Shazia and Editor are both working mums in Walsall. Both give up time to do voluntary work. Both are also among a growing number of people to fall victim to hate crime. When a stone hit Shazia's arm as she went home from her job as a health support worker, it terrified her.
For the past couple of weeks after the incident happened, I was constantly looking over my shoulder, expecting it to happen again.
Even Editor's son's been targeted.
He's heard comments like, "You smell a fish," because I hear the Polish people like fishing. I know the Polish people like fishing, but he not smell like fish.
This hard-hitting video shows the ugly face of hate crime at a time when Home Office figures have shown a surge in it here in the West Midlands. Now a project to educate people on what to do is operating in Walsall.
If you're in a shopping centre, for example, alerting a security guard, or if you're seeing something on the street, calling 999 and alerting the police.
Nasar also works in a taxi office and has himself been targeted.
I've been called everything from a terrorist to a groomer to a traitor, and often what happens is, we will call the police.
And it wasn't hard to get a sense of the fear among some in Walsall.
When I'm on my own, I feel a little bit, when people they look at me as if, and I think, oh, I up as a woman on her own, I can't see.
I work with people with learning difficulties and disabilities. I see a lot of ignorance and strange looks and sub-name callings, things like that.
Shazia and Editor are now ambassadors for the Walsall Hate Crime Reduction Initiative, turning their own terror into positive energy to help victims and let witnesses know this crime needs to be reported.